Okay, we're live. What's up, everybody? We're live.
Hello.
Everyone in the chat. We have some people on the chat. We have Cadu Edu. We have Carlos Art. We have Dwayne. What's
Dwayne, my
up, Dwayne? Dwayne,
man.
my man, the good one. We have Death to Pigeons. I don't know why you are designing Death to Pigeons. As Pedrigo said, pigeons are not real. And Newbie004. Hello, my good that avatar. My god, yeah, that avatar. Yeah. And we have today me, your host, Ty. What's up? I'm Ty. And we have as well, we have Apollo.
Hey, me, I'm Apollo.
Yeah,
I don't.
your other host. We have two
Yeah,
hosts.
we have
And
two hosts.
and one of them is
I'm
Apollo.
I'm the other host, and he's the other host for the other host.
Yeah, and in here we have how can I call you? We have Spunky Gustavo. We have
Yeah, that's fine. You can
yeah,
just
yeah.
go with that
We have
all the time.
Spicy Gavino. We have
Mr. Spicy.
you need to call him another way. You need to call him another way. You need to generate another nickname for him.
I just said it, Mr. Spicy. That's
No,
the only thing I can
no,
think
no,
of right now.
no. That's
Sounds good to me.
that's bad. Another Latino name. Like threatening, I don't know how to pronounce this word. Threatening, threatening Leonardo. That's the one.
Hey, I'll
Threatening
take
Leonardo, yes.
That's
Threatening
the one.
Leonardo.
That's the one.
I'm sorry, this camera angle, this is killing me. Just seeing, I don't use VRCHAT really at all, and like the
Is
way this
the
works is incredible.
so Sty, is the camera appearing on the camera? Because I think it
It's
is.
not.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen it on YouTube. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, okay,
Everything's
okay.
all right. So Gavin, you can introduce yourself.
Oh, hey, what's up, guys? My YouTube username's Spicy Gavino. My real name's Gavin. You're allowed to call me that too. I like to play video games and talk about them on the internet. that's really all I do.
Okay. That's a great thing to do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And to everybody that is watching on YouTube, Gavin is also streaming it on Twitch. And to everybody that is watching on Twitch, we are streaming it on YouTube at SAPodcast channel, at our channel. And go get here to subscribe to us because we're nice. And we're having another podcast other days as well. That's not the only podcast that we will do. Baby, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we do. We are podcasters. We do podcasts. What else you expected? So before we start the conversation, we have to talk about our sponsors and partners and everything. We have We Learn for everyone of you that is not gringo. For everyone that for everyone of you guys that is not from outside of Brazil, if you want to learn English, you wouldn't be understanding what I'm saying. But if you understand what I'm saying, but not enough, you can learn English better with We Learn. And if you want to work with programming and every other shit, you need English to understand, or you want to do some courses, you want to see more content, go to We Learn. Link is on description. They are good. And I don't know the if I should talk about KS Lens because this is a like English.
Yeah. Is
Podcast.
there any Brazilian on the chat? Because if it is, then
Okay,
it's
everyone
worth
knows
talking
KS
about.
Lens. If you don't know KS Lens, you are from Brazil. You are doomed to be a bad person in the future. Okay. You may
Yeah.
not be right now, but you're doomed to be because KS Lens is the best and the only one that makes lenses of this quality in Brazil for VR. They are just ahead of its time in Brazil.
I mean, I believe they are the only one that make lenses for
No,
VR
I
in
think
Brazil.
I think other ones, other places make
They
probably.
do. I don't
Yeah, I think
know
if you
any.
search for it, you will find someone that do a lens for VR. But they are the they are ahead of its time. They are the better ones, and they do like an international quality, So you
Yeah.
should check him out. 5% of discount, STY, okay? The coupon. And now something that everyone can hear. We have to say thank you for our patrons. And our only patron right now is Dwayne Zazeski. So thank you, Dwayne, for your support.
Thank you, Dwayne. You help a lot.
You putting your confidence in us help us really, okay? And for anyone that wants to help us with Patreon, we have some prizes for it, some rewards. Like I said, now we say your name in the podcast. If saying your name is enough to you, it wouldn't be for me, but if it is to you, okay. And we put our name on the television. Dwayne's name is going to appear in some seconds, probably. And we do some other stuff as well, like exclusive live streams only with the patrons. And we are thinking of other stuff. You can also suggest something if you want something more. So, yeah. And now we can start. Okay. Colors Art said, I'm going to say something in Portuguese, just this, because that's really funny. Em pleno 2022, ano da tecnologia, e tá fazendo podcast com gringo. That
Porra, mano.
probably Apollo didn't understand the meme. I don't know if you know the meme of this meme, but yeah.
No.
It was funny, okay? And we are going to do podcasts in Portuguese as well. Wait. We are going. Just check out the Instagram. Everyone wants to check out the Instagram. We put all the podcasts in there. Just check the Instagram, okay? As soon as we hit 500 subscribers on YouTube, we are going to put the schedule on YouTube as well. But we can't.
Friday it's on Portuguese, so yeah.
Okay.
Sexta-feira em português, meus camaradas.
The second best or the first one best Beat Saber player in Brazil.
It has been some time I didn't check, so maybe he's the first one. I don't know. It used to be the second.
Yeah. On Friday we're going to talk with the leading name of Beat Saber in Brazil. That's something nice. Okay. Now we can start the conversation. Okay.
Yeah, let's go. My man Gavin.
So
you're here.
So how is the weather there?
so good. About to get absolutely pummeled by what you guys are currently experiencing. So that's exciting.
I don't know if he's experiencing actually, but
no, it's not raining here.
Yeah.
Really?
A lot.
It's really.
We're
hot,
not from the
actually.
same state, so yeah.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
It's really
Nice.
hot actually here. Let me check it out. The temperature. Let me check it out.
Yeah, no, otherwise all good here. Sorry, while you guys were doing your ad read, I saw that apparently the audio that was getting fed through the stream was just like reverberating on my end, not your guys. Your guys was fine. So mine was just like I was just like flashbanging my chat the entire time with audio. So that was good.
Ryoshi404 sent YouTube emoji on YouTube.
Nice. Very
nice. Thank you, I guess. Okay, so Rio de Janeiro temperatura. No, that's lying. It's way hotter right now. It's telling me that we are at 22 Celsius.
No, that's.
Oh, nice. Could you tell me that in Fahrenheit?
Let me see. 22.
How much is 22 in Fahrenheit? I have no idea.
71.6. That's like nice and okay, but
that's a great temperature.
That's not what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah, I can see your arms are kind of noodling around right now.
Yeah, that's something. That's a side effect of the hot in here.
Very good.
Yeah, I just go.
It's bound to happen.
Okay, so how is the string? How is our string? There's
I guess good on my end. My chat can see that. Yeah, hey, sorry guys to anybody that's in my stream. TTS for points, broken. Don't use it. Nubis will probably refund you if he doesn't. Outside of that, great though. So no worries.
Okay. If you
Yeah,
don't,
I
if
feel like
you're
that's
not
half of
liking,
streaming is.
if you're not liking this stream, you can come here. Okay.
Yeah, go to
We
there.
have,
It's fine.
we have
I
like
kind of feel like
we have like 3 cameras. How we
Honestly,
can compete with them?
I'm
We
almost
have,
tempted.
Yeah, we
I
have
think
3
two-
cameras.
no. We have
The
4
cameras
cameras.
change.
4
Actually,
cameras.
4.
We have
Yeah.
4 cameras. Holy
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah,
I can't do
that's
4 with
so
my
much
hands.
better.
I can only do 2 and 5.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
That's a lot of cameras.
Yeah. Okay. So Gavin, let's talk about something that really matters.
Oh,
Okay. I was going to make a joke, but I'm not. I've made enough jokes. So Gavin, why did you start your channel? I think that's a good question to start a podcast.
yeah. So I started my channel not very long ago.
Yeah,
It was
solid.
in, I want to say, probably mid-March. I can't really talk about work on the internet, but I can say that work was really slow for me in mid-March, and because of work, I've had to move all around the country. So I don't know how old you guys are, and I never let the internet know how old I am, but I'm going to kind of date myself here. I kind of grew up in the time where playing Halo 3, like with your friends, like in, we're all together in a room on the couch eating pizza, playing, like that was as good as it got. It was stellar, and that's kind of
Okay.
gone away. So
Okay.
I love video games is what I do as my hobby. I play video games all the time, and I kind of started. I wanted to kind of bring that back of just gaming with friends. So especially with VR, because people don't really understand how good VR is until you like put the toaster on their head. Otherwise, it just kind of looks like a mobile game, except everybody can like control their arms for some reason.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of dumb to look at on a flat screen. But the second you put it on somebody's head, it's actually really incredible. So I just wanted to like share that with them. So I just started streaming. My housemate was actually the one, Daily. If you're watching this, I was like, yeah, maybe I'll start like streaming these games so people can watch them. And he was like, yeah, no, dude, I'd totally watch that. And I was like, oh, cool. So I started playing games on stream, and I had this funny thing happen where my cat jumped up. I was playing VTOL, flying around in the plane, and my cat jumped up and bit me in the arm, and it made for like just a really goofy like highlight. So I just kind of edited it because I just wanted to see what editing was like. And I loved it. It made this just goofy 20-second clip that's still on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
And I posted it there, and it got like 100 views or something. And I was like, holy crap, like what? Like 100 people watched that. So I
Yeah.
kept streaming, and I kept editing together the streams, and now we're here. So
Yeah, and
was-
you grew really in a really great way since March, right?
it's
Like-
it's kind of been shocking, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. The numbers are
Yeah.
almost a bit lost on me. I just kind of I really liked the process of editing the
Yeah.
videos together. Like it was really rewarding for me, even though it takes like 20 to 30 hours of video, which
Yeah.
isn't much compared to a lot of people. There's people that edit just hundreds of hours. Sorry, as I'm seeing this, I can see people TTSing, and it's just appearing on my screen, and it's so broken. But anyway, as I was editing these together, I just kind of kept iterating, and I think it was like I made a VTOL VR video where I was just like kind of memeing on the game. I was just like giving like kind of a review, almost trying to like do the air quotes with my hand, almost like kind of like a review. It wasn't really a review; it was just me making like dumb jokes on the internet, and I think that got like 500 views.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you guys, but I grew up in like a time on YouTube where like the comments section was just like the most brutal thing in the world. Like you go to like any comment section, like in like 2010 on any video, and it's just like the worst insults that every 11-year-old
Yeah.
could conjure up.
Yeah.
And then like I posted this video, I got like 500 views. And the comment section was just like the nicest stuff.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like people
If
are
you-
like,
that's
"Oh,
that's
so
something
funny." I'm like,
that's
"No
something
way."
funny of today. If you go to, I don't know, TikTok or Instagram or Twitter, that's
Mm-hmm.
where the mean people are.
Oh, it's still like that.
Today on YouTube, everyone is nice. Like YouTube is the nicest platform of all of them. Every time I went to a comment section, like normally everything is like really great. Everyone is complimenting, or if they are saying everything is bad, they are
Yeah.
explaining why that's bad, and
Yeah.
that
Oh,
I
how
mean, there
you
are
could,
still some haters, but
yeah.
not much, you know. So compared to like Twitter, Twitter is like Twitter is the place
for
for
sure.
rage. Like they go there
Yeah.
to just let out all their rage, you know.
Yeah, Carlos
Yeah, I
Art
don't.
said, Carlos Art said here in the comment, yes, bro, 2020, 2010, 2014, the YouTube comment section used to be wild. Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
used to be
like I
wild.
don't. I don't know what changed. I don't know if it was like moderation policy or I don't know what happened, but oh,
What I, okay,
sorry, someone's
what
cheering. But yeah, it was like really
okay.
it just got good all of a sudden. Suddenly people like when the comments are bad, they tend to be like honest, like it's not maliciously bad, you know, it's just someone saying their thoughts.
Yeah,
Whereas like in the early like 2010s, like the comments were just like the most horrid stuff in the world.
I
It
think
was terrible.
Yeah.
I think maybe what happened is that other social media stuff, other apps got the people with less patience to go there, like
Yeah,
TikTok
could be.
and other stuff, because TikTok you spent what 10 seconds per video, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
it's something
Makes
like that.
sense.
And then
Yeah,
longer videos are going to be watched by people with more patience today.
yeah,
I think that's
yeah, that's
part of
true.
the reason. I think that's part of the reason. And something I think is going to be really funny in this stream. If you are watching through our stream, you're going to be like you're going to appear to have, how do you say TDAH? Like
ADHD, I believe.
ADHD or something.
ADHD.
Because sometimes you just go like, oh,
Yeah.
and then continue to
Yeah.
I should have. I didn't really disarm this bomb. As I can, you guys don't see it on my hand. Here is my chat right
Okay.
now,
Okay.
and as
On
I
my
am
hand
like,
here is my
talking with
chat.
you guys- nice, yeah. Do you
Yeah.
use
On my
the streamer
hand-
kit?
On my hand here,
My
there's a
hand.
gun.
Oh my
What the fuck? Man, VRChat's wild. Yeah, it's Sorry, I should have asked before I started this. Are you guys cool if I use my salty sailor language? Can I swear on this podcast?
Yeah.
You can
Oh, okay,
say,
sweet, sweet, cool.
well, that's the thing. You say, we say to everyone that comes into the podcast, you can say everything. The limit is anything that gets us banned. So
Oh, yeah.
just
As long
don't
as
say.
long as you don't get us banned, you're fine.
Okay,
Just-
you're
Oh,
fine.
okay,
Okay,
sweet,
okay.
sweet, yeah. Yeah, so no, but what's going on is I should have told everybody as I'm like doing this, I'm getting blasted by people are giving sound alerts and gifts. Thank you guys. So like I'm trying to talk and this stuff is appearing on screen and I can see it. I should have disarmed that before starting the stream. My bad.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
yeah,
we got
so-
to your channel, and like as I said, your channel grew really fast. You get attention from huge content creators as well. The video that Apollo sent me, he was the one that found you on YouTube.
Yeah. YouTube just
Okay.
recommended your channel to me, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, might as well.
and then he sent me your video. I saw your video. I don't remember which one of your.
Yeah,
video.
it was the Blade and Sorcery Saved My Marriage one.
Oh, nice, nice,
And
nice.
I loved that video. I
Yeah.
really did. It was amazing. Great
Yeah.
job, man.
Thank you.
And then
Appreciate
right after that, I sent you the invite and you accepted it. I talked to Apollo. This, whoa, that's easy. That's easy. We see someone that we like and then we invite them and then okay, we have that. But
yeah.
one thing that I saw, I don't remember if it was in this video or in other, if it was in another video. Happy commented on your channel, right? Happy one.
Yeah, I actually I was in a video with Habby. Him and I have talked a little bit. He's like an actual okay, well before I say this, I don't think Habby ever wants to be called a YouTuber, and I think that's why I love his channel so much.
okay.
But Yeah, I sent him. I have a Twitter. I don't ever use it. I don't tweet things, and I barely open the app. But I downloaded Twitter so I could message him because I figured, that's probably where I can get in contact with him. And I was like, hey man, yeah, one of his mods also reached out. Drab, if you're watching, he was like, hey man, I like what you're doing. We told Happy to check you out. I was like, oh sweet, thanks, that's real nice, you guys. And I just shot him a message on Twitter, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, let's come play. Have you guys ever played War Dust VR? It's like
No.
super obscure. It's like basically, have you guys played the Battlefield games?
Yeah.
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 Of
Someone
them.
tried to make like Battlefield in VR, and
I think I saw
they
it.
succeeded.
I think someone
Yeah.
talked about this game in other episode. I think
Yeah, I
I've seen it.
remember someone talking about a Battlefield in VR, but I don't remember who
Yeah.
it was.
Oh yeah, the game is just so beyond like janky. It is so messy and indie, but like it is Battlefield in VR, which is so exciting. And he was making a video about it, and he was like, "Hey, you like come join me? Come, just let's game." And it was awesome.
Nice.
He was
nice.
super, just totally a normal dude, and it was really fun to game with
Okay.
him. So like, yeah, so he put me in the video. It was super nice of him, and
So
yeah,
I think
I
I
don't
will I will try to reach out him exactly the same way as you did. How did you do it?
yeah, you guys
sent
should.
him a DM?
Yeah, that's probably what you want to do. And he's
Okay.
just like it's another case of like his channel is just so big now, and I can't speak for him, but I think it's pretty hard for him to just see all of the things because he
Yeah.
just gets so many messages.
Yeah,
so
probably.
yeah,
Probably.
Probably. But yeah, Happy is one of the content creators that I like the most to watch,
oh, absolutely.
I really love his
Yeah.
content. And yeah, I don't like to call people YouTubers actually.
Yeah, yeah,
I
man.
usually
No,
use
God
the-
forbid the day I become a YouTuber. That like
Nah.
I never want to do
Nah.
anything more than play video games and talk about them on the internet. Because when people say YouTuber, that's not what I think of as
Yeah, I like
it's
to
not great.
call people that create content for platform as content creators. I
Yeah,
think that's the
yeah.
way you should call them, because if you call someone a YouTuber, you are telling me that you are like putting them in a like place when they just do YouTube stuff. But no, they create some content, and that's not what they do for a life, right? What you do is
No, yeah.
you like to play games, and you create content about games, and then you upload them, and you also create content on Twitch and other places. So yeah, I think
Yeah,
YouTuber
yeah.
is-
No, it really. I mean, that's all there is to it. I don't know. People get weird about it because like truly the definition of YouTuber is someone who posts on YouTube. That's it. I mean,
Yeah,
that's all there is
yeah.
to it. But it's just one of those things where it's like, some people take the whole like YouTube thing way more seriously than others, and that's fine. There's nothing like fundamentally wrong with that. It's just like I don't like it. That's not for me. I just want to play video games and make dumb videos about
yeah,
it.
yeah. I think
That's
it's
pretty
the
much it.
same thing as when people call other influencers, and
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
the same process. You're calling someone as their ability to influence people, and okay, you can influence people, but that's not what you are, right? So
Yeah,
it's
no,
really
it's
weird.
Yeah.
Some people
Don't-
are this. Some people are just influencers. Some people just create content to influence people to buy other stuff, to make money, and to influence more people. That's their job. That's what they do. But most of the people that create content for YouTube specifically are just creating it for fun, right? We at the time right now we are just having fun with it. We don't receive really practically any money with
Yeah,
it. So yeah, we just create it for fun. The Patreon is for helping us doing what we do for fun, and getting paid for it.
Yeah, you can. I feel like you can kind of see on some channels when like you can see when the light kind of leaves their eyes.
Yeah.
Where it's like, and it's
Yeah.
usually around the same time they become like a full time, person that makes videos. And like, I totally get it because it's a good lifestyle. It is a 24/7 thing, but you kind of are living in some weird version of freedom where you get
Yeah.
to play video games and talk about it. But you can tell when people are on autopilot, and it's not
Yes.
fundamentally like a bad thing. It's just like it's kind of a bummer because you can tell when you watch a video and someone was like they put their heart into that, and it's so funny when they do.
Yeah, I think it really depends on how the person like considers YouTube, you know? Like how your process to making a video. You make a video that is going to be good, like it's going to have good numbers. You're doing a video that you like, or you're doing something in the middle of the two. I think it's the healthiest way when you work with that. Many people just do what works, and that's what happened. I don't know, with Logan Paul, for example, right? Logan Paul, and then Logan
Yeah.
Paul. I think Logan Paul just passed through a like a roller coaster of emotions. You know, like he started doing probably something that he liked, and then he did something that worked, and then he fell because everyone was just bullshitting him because he was doing
Yeah.
really not great stuff. And I think today he has a podcast.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a child of the internet. I grew up in like the age when there was like, Logan Paul and all that.
Uh-huh.
I think I've seen a single Logan Paul video in my entire life. I don't like fundamentally I don't know what he does. I just hear the news when he goes to like
I'm at the same
forest
boat
and stuff
actually.
crass.
I grew up where with a lot of Logan Paul here, Logan Paul there, Logan Paul. I never watched a single video of him. Like
Yeah.
none.
Yeah.
I know nothing about them. I know nothing about
Yeah.
there's the other one. I forgot his name.
Jake.
Jake Paul. Yeah, I know nothing about him too. I just don't know.
I
you know?
think what happens with them is that like what here in Brazil we don't see much of him because we're in Brazil.
Yeah.
So we watch
Yeah, that's fair.
content in Portuguese, you know. But as we got to
don't.
watch some content in English, me and Apollo can relate in that. We started
Yeah.
seeing another content creators talking about Logan Paul, you know.
Yeah, that's what happens.
And then I saw
Yeah.
some like parts of some videos, and like I watched his editor channel. Like I watched the channel.
Right. No, his editor has some really good stuff. There's
Yeah.
like he loves to drop some knowledge in there. I just got a question from chat. If you guys we can hold on that or
No,
you
no,
wanna-
we can answer it. Okay.
Yeah, so God damn it. Sorry, this is Cogtray says on a scale from 1 to turbo nerd, how much do you kick rocks? Now, don't ask what he means by any of this. We're going to give him a 5 on that and call that
I
good.
think I'm going to give him the answer somewhere along the lines of Thor: Love and Thunder, and I don't know, like monsters versus aliens. I think that's something between these two. You know, that's my answer.
Man,
That's
I'm gonna give him a solid number, 7.28123. That's the number.
Okay. Let me change
Great.
let me change my answer. I'm going to give the answer as a solid number.
Yeah, okay, that's
okay,
it.
Okay, that's my
That's
answer. You
perfect.
can go on.
Sorry to interrupt. Also, my cat just jumped onto my lap, so I'm kind of
Okay.
fighting the elements right now.
Okay. Carlos Art said something. He said, "I just noticed that Deadpool and Joker are having a full conversation with a talking red pepper. I love VR. Lol."
Oh no, this is unfortunate timing. Okay,
And person.
Just carry on, guys. Don't mind me. I'm
What?
just gonna step over here real quick. Oop.
Okay.
Oh,
The person said hello, person.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
he's
Put on
doing-
the main
okay.
camera. Put on the main camera. Okay.
Yeah, he's doing his thing right there. He's a tall pepper, you know.
He's having this time of
Gotta-
his life.
He's a tall pepper. He's gotta stay informed. Know how
Is this
know how it is.
normal?
Yeah, sorry.
That's
This
something.
is, This is deep.
Look,
Oh
look
god.
at him.
Oh, he got into his horizontal
Oh
mode.
god.
He got into his
Oh
horizontal
no.
mode.
Oh, that sound alert is so dangerous. Okay, there we go.
You got
Yeah,
into
that was
your horizontal mode.
That was amazing.
Uh, Carlos said, "Damn, that pepper didn't skip
Talking
like
about the
Zay."
internet and YouTube.
Yeah, he didn't skip like they for sure.
Twitter ensures he stays on shape. Yeah, the ghetto das, the gat, the. What are you Brazilian or what? If you're Brazilian, I can read your name. If you're not, I can't read your name either. Okay. Someone said something. Okay, and then we get back to the conversation. Okay. What were
What?
we talking about? I think Logan Paul, right? And his editor. Okay.
Right. Yeah, the internet.
And
Yeah, no,
Logan,
it's
he's did some things that were not nice, you know. I think at the start of his channel, he was just doing things that were considered young person doing young person stuff. Young, you know, like
yeah.
vandalizing
Have-
and shit.
Have you guys
Vandalizing shouldn't be
and
considered
I
young
apologize
person
for this.
stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't really like dug around in your channels a whole lot. Have you guys like made kind of traditional form YouTube content, or do you
Yeah,
do
I
you
did.
podcast
I
mostly?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you kind of get like when somebody does stuff like that, like it feels a little soulless. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not ideally when you watch the video and you're going about your day normally, and then you sit down and you see like a video that's like I drove a motorcycle over 3 cars. They're like, whoa. You're like, what a spontaneous. Oh god, somebody just TTS'd like a Jesus. You see like
Yeah.
you see that and you're like, whoa, what a crazy spontaneous thing. But that's like not the case. Like to make a YouTube video like that takes a lot of prior planning and camera work and scripting, and it's like it's a very manufactured thing, and the end goal is that you post it on YouTube and like 5 million people see it. And like you got to think that like when someone makes something like that, like what are they doing? Like what are they thinking?
Yeah.
It's just
So
it's
yeah,
got to be kind of weird.
I think you need to get like separate two kinds of work, two kind of content creation that are both not soulless. You know, you got the spontaneous and personal one. There is your channel, there is like Happy's channel, our channel, and some like most of the channel on YouTube are personal channels, you know. And you have like expensive and like
Well
what's the word?
produced.
Well produced and well thought ones. That's like Mr.
Yeah.
Beast and like Veritasium and channels like that. And when someone get in the middle of this two kinds of content, when they try to do something expensive and well thought and also put lots of personal stuff in that, I think it tends to get a little soulless, you know, when you try to do something that's really exaggerating in some place and try to do it personally, like put some personal stuff in that. I think most times it got like soulless, you know. I think that's the way
Yeah.
to get it.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with the channel where like that is very much their job.
Yeah,
Because that is the case with plenty of channels, and that's fine. Like that is a job there, a media production company, I guess. But when someone falls in like that middle area where you can tell they're both like a normal person and also they're a normal person that's like on the hustle, like making videos that are like semi-professional, it gets it can get murky. It can get kind
Yeah.
of weird.
yeah, yeah. I think but you need to do it very well
Yeah.
to not get weird, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think and I think many channels pass through this phase when they try to get bigger but they don't know how, or they just get bigger in a weird way, and then everything that people liked about their channels just don't make more any sense anymore. I
Yeah.
think that kind of
You can
shit
also
happen.
I've like this thing can happen like I think it's a lot of like kind of kids or teenagers' dreams to like be a YouTuber. So I've read somewhere
Yeah.
that was like a really high polling thing. Like if you
Yeah.
asked a ton of like kids these days, and that feels weird to say because
I think
I'm not old, but
you get you are around the same age as us. Like
yeah.
you're probably a bit older, but not
Mhm.
too
Yeah,
much
not
older.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and our age already thought about creating content to the internet as a hobby.
Mhm.
I think I know many persons that tried. I tried when I was 9. To
I
create
I
content.
tried when I was 14, I guess.
To
Yeah.
create
Yeah,
No,
it
content.
was a
same.
complete failure. I wasn't thinking about it.
Yeah.
Just putting stuff on the internet,
Oh,
Yeah.
totally. No, I did the same thing when I was I want to say
Younger.
13. Yeah, when I was like, young, like a young kid, I started doing that. I think I was in 8th grade. If our school systems are the same, like middle school
Yeah, no,
age.
8th grade.
And I was
I
like,
think 8th grade is the same here, right?
okay,
I
yeah.
don't think it is actually.
13, 8th grade,
I think it was like 12
oitavo.
ish.
13 oitavo ano.
Yeah, I think something. No,
Yep,
with
around
14,
there. I
with
think. I think
14,
it
I
is.
got to our high school. That's not high school, but it is
Okay,
kind of
yeah,
high
yeah, yeah.
school.
Yeah,
With
pretty much
14,
the
so I
same.
think that's the same.
Yeah.
That's
No,
like,
so when I think I was like 13 or 14,
yeah.
my parents had bought me a little digital camera,
Okay.
and I set it up on like a stack of books, sat on my bed, like googled how to light a scene, so I had like a light behind me and a light on my face, and then like
Wow.
wrote this little script in a notebook. And what I was trying to do was, do you guys remember like Ray William Johnson?
No,
No, I
I
That
don't
don't
might have
think
think
been.
I don't think we
I
can remember that. I
yeah.
think we don't
Yeah, yeah,
know
yeah.
it.
I don't remember it, and I don't think I can because I've never heard of it.
Yeah, that's fine. This was like probably the dawn of YouTube, when like the first time that
Okay.
channels became like a channel that would have like hundreds of
Okay.
thousands of
Yeah,
subscribers.
here in
But all he would do,
Brazil, at this same time, we probably
yeah,
had some people with the same amount of subscribers, but doing different stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
YouTube in
yeah,
Brazil really
yeah,
grew, maybe as much as, because when you look at YouTube in English, it isn't YouTube in America. It is YouTube in
Mhm.
English. So PewDiePie is an American, right? And he's the greatest, and that's the stuff.
yeah,
In Brazil,
yeah.
we only got Brazil, and because of that,
Interesting.
we're limited in growth. We also get like
Yeah,
Portugal, that I think many Brazilian content creators are known in Portugal, and Cabo Verde,
see.
and some are Angola and some other countries. But at the core of it, it's Brazil, and then
Yeah.
we got I think the biggest channel in Brazil is like Whindersson, maybe, or Condzilla.
I yeah, I think it's Condzilla right now, but Condzilla is a company, so
Yeah.
the
Okay, gotcha.
person, I believe it's Whindersson, yeah.
Let me see. Sorry for interrupting you. I think that's just something that's nice to talk about.
No, yeah, totally. Yeah,
We
no.
got
So like
okay.
this guy, what he had done was basically all he did was he found funny clips on the internet. Like early days of the internet where just like people would post like 30-second weird clips of stuff,
Okay.
and he would just write jokes around them and cut back and forth between them. And it was like that was like peak comedy back in like 2011. Like nothing was ever better. And me as like a 13-year-old was like, I'm gonna do the same. So I made like 7 like awful video, just like a 13-year-old thinking he was like super funny writing this witty comedy. It was just garbage humor.
I mean,
Like uploaded daily, shared it on Facebook to a crowd of people that didn't care at all about these terrible videos. And
I'm
after a week, my parents found it. They were like, "My dad is a principal. He's like the head of a school, so
Oh.
you know, that's not great. I can't say that. And he was like, you need to take these down right now.
Oh shit.
It wasn't much of an option. My dad is a very nice guy, but he was just like, son, these gotta go. I was
Yeah,
like, all right.
yeah. I
yeah.
think I think he was imagining you at school. With
Yeah.
knowing
Yeah,
because
yeah.
at this time YouTube wasn't like a nice thing amongst everyone. You know, I think
Yeah.
here in Brazil when like and like great quotes, regular persons like not, started to
Mhm.
hear about YouTube was like 2014, 2015. You know?
Interesting.
I don't think so because like Era do Futuro. When was it?
Yeah, but I think the time when people started to really watch YouTube in Brazil were in the vlogger time when people started like
Maybe,
like
but I think
how
there was
much
a
of your
lot.
how much of your class girls watched Era do Futuro?
My class.
Girls, the
Uh
girls of your class.
the girl. Yeah. I mean, more than you would have thought, actually. But yeah, I
Okay.
think about six
But
or
you see,
seven
but you see
girls.
but you see the type of
Yeah. I
thinking
I
I'm
yeah,
into,
I
you know,
see.
like
So
the
yeah,
normal person is watching
the
it.
the average person, you
Yeah,
mean,
the
like
average.
probably around 2014, maybe, yeah,
2014.
around
That's
the
I remember.
vlogger time.
Man, really? 2014. Okay.
Yeah, I think 2014,
Yeah, I want to say
2013 maximum. 2013 maximum.
yeah. Yeah, I want to say like 2010, 2009 maybe. That was like man, that seems like a different that seems like the ancient times. That seems like
Yeah.
100,000 years ago where it's just like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the content was so different and your access to it was like you were like using like your mom's work laptop that like barely worked, but like you'd load these like 240p YouTube videos. They're just so pixelated,
Yeah.
and that was the best thing in the world. It was incredible.
Yeah, and something that's really funny in Brazil. Brazilian YouTube started, I think, the same as English YouTube in gaming content, right? Like
Nice.
started to proliferate
Yeah.
in gaming content. You know, we have some YouTubers in here like Venom Extreme and Monarch and other content like Feromonas from Portugal that started this kind of stuff with Minecraft and stuff, and they started at 2011, 2010, right?
Yeah,
Kind
I
of this
think
time.
so, yeah.
And then at 2013, other YouTubers tried to start doing other kind of content creation with vlogs and tags, as they called here, and shit like that. And then it started
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get more famous in Brazil amongst the average person, you know. That was when
Uh-huh.
it progress in Brazil, and I always saw like gaming content like getting like worse and worse in Brazil.
Yeah.
How's that? Like the quality of it or just
No,
what
no, no,
it
no.
No.
Like the frequency, you know, because
Oh, I
YouTube,
see. Yeah.
YouTube don't pay as well in Brazil because of the ad stuff, and we
I
receive like
see.
5 times less or something like that, and
Holy cow. Wow.
yeah, and
That's nuts.
because of that, it is harder for like you can pay rent working on YouTube with sponsor and
Yeah.
and ad revenue around like 30,000 subscribers in English, you know,
Interesting.
in some
Okay,
places
yeah.
In English, right? In English,
Yeah.
you can
I see.
pay it. In some places, depending of the quality of your life, you know, depending on how much you spend. But in Portuguese, in Brazil, to survive as a content creator, you need to get at least 200,000 subscribers. At
Oh
least.
my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
To just
Yeah.
survive as a content creator. Creating content in Portuguese, because if we start to get like monetized creating content in English. We're going to receive as you guys receive, and then it is
Yeah.
going to be easier for us to live. with this
Interesting.
than it
Okay.
is.
The dollar is worth so much here.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
with like 2,000 subscribers, I can pay rate. I can pay rent.
No
you know?
way.
I think I
Yeah,
can
I mean,
with
if the
sponsors and Patreon.
yeah, if
Not
if
only
we get
with YouTube.
sponsors and
Yeah.
patrons, yeah, but
Yeah,
from AdSense, no.
yeah. I think from
Yeah.
AdSense, depending of how much content you spit out of on your channel, you can. Like four videos a day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. If you do like 7 videos or more every day,
Yeah. We have this meme right here. We had a content creator called Davy Jones, and he had this meme called 7 videos or more every day. He uploaded
He
7
actually did it.
videos or
Yeah.
more
What?
every day
Yeah.
for like
The dude
wait,
was a mad lad.
how?
Yeah,
for like
the-
4
the-
years, 5 years, you know.
The
Oh my
ending
God.
phrase
Non-stop.
of his channel, the ending phrase of his channel was 7 videos or more every day. Like that was his catchphrase, And
Every
he actually
day,
did it.
including
did that.
including a weekend, including
Yeah.
the weekend, non-stop for 4 years or more.
How? I like
don't
that's
know.
actually like how long are these videos?
It depends.
That's incredible.
It depends.
Yeah, I mean, most of them were around the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, because
But-
he got like news videos and gameplay videos and edited videos and but he didn't edit his videos anymore when he uploaded 7 videos.
Okay, so he was
Okay.
paying an editor. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
But at the start, when he started doing the 7
Yeah, he was.
videos or more, he was editing his own videos, and he
Yeah.
was still doing 7 videos or more. I don't know how he
That's
made it.
insane.
Yeah,
Dude
that
was a mad
really
lad.
is insane. And he taught. I don't know. This man, he does everything. People, that's a common thing in Brazil. People don't like him. I don't know why. Like
I don't-
there's
I don't think people don't like him because he is a good content creator, but people don't like
I think people don't like him. You know, not his content. Him.
yeah, I'm the opposite. I have nothing against him. I
No,
don't like
I
him
know.
either.
I really like him as well, but people really
But
don't like
do you
him.
think people don't like
Yeah.
him?
But let's stop talking about it because that's weird for people that don't know him.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
worries.
But
Yeah,
an
yeah.
interesting thing about him that's today he has 2 podcasts, 3 channels, TikTok, and more stuff, and he keeps uploading like 4 videos a day.
That's yeah. See, that's like a pace of like when I started my channel, I had a lot of free time. Like work was really weirdly slow. Like slow enough that it was like that's probably never going to happen again in my working life. And I don't
Got
ever
it.
plan to do YouTube full time.
You can't talk about your work, right? You said it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't talk about my work, but I can say, like, I can't give specifics, but I can say that the work that I was doing at the time was very slow. So, like, I had a lot of free time. So I started streaming and I started making videos, and I could do it the way that I was working back then, like making videos and learning how to edit and all that. I could pretty much put out a video a week. Like every Friday or Saturday, I would upload, and it was based on had I streamed that week, and then I would rewatch the stream and I would cut it up. Like, it's like, how much do you really like listening to your own voice?
Yeah, we did it.
I would,
We did it at the start. We started like 3 months ago, like something like that.
Yeah.
3 months ago, and at the start we had the highlight channel where we
Yeah, yeah,
watched all the stream and just we didn't edit it, but we just cut some parts of the conversation and uploaded it. And the right way to do this in Brazil is to upload at least 3, not at least, but exactly 3 a day of this. You know.
interesting. Yeah.
That's like the better way. That's the way that all the good podcasts do here because that's the way that works in here. Like 3, 4 maximum, like the 2 to 4 highlights a day. And then I stopped doing that because my time was better spent doing stuff for the podcast and not after. The
Yeah.
podcast, you know.
Yeah. I got lucky that I could do. Sorry, we just got a answer a question from chat. Mortal, I can't answer that question. So if you ask another, we'll open that one as well.
What's the question? You can't.
He says, "Spicy, do you work for the Department of Defense, the U.S. military?" To clarify, that's not like an I'm saying yes, but I can't say yes. It is I literally just can't say anything about my work.
Yeah. I got it.
It's like sorry. Well, I'll answer another question if you guys submit one here. Anyway, but yeah, no, same. Like, so it comes down to like literally what I'd have to do was I'd make a stream, right? And then I'd download the stream and then I'd have to cut it up. So I'd just have to rewatch 2.5 hours. And I still do this. It's not like it's changed, but you rewatch everything that happened. So you see it twice. Like you do the thing and then you watch it.
Yeah.
And that, if there was one part that I could point to in making a video that I don't really enjoy, I'm fine with hearing my own voice. I'm not one of those people where it's like they hear or see themselves recorded and it's disgusting. But like, that is the part where you just have to have faith that what you're writing and what you're editing is going to be funny once it gets edited. And sometimes it is not. And I've had 2 or 3 entire videos where I've gotten maybe like 15 hours into the editing process and I'm like, no, this isn't working at all. Like, this is not funny. It didn't work. And I'll just scrap it. I'll just toss it to the wayside. And it's a process.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, at the start, I was not really comfortable hearing myself talking English, specifically. Because... Yeah, I wasn't used to talking English. I started practicing it with the podcast,
Yeah.
I knew.
Well, I mean, your English is outstanding. There's no issue with your English.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys, do you learn it in school, or did you just kind of? How does that work?
In school.
Yeah, like we learn in school how to survive in a country that speaks English. I think that we can learn in some schools.
Depends on your school.
Yeah, in some schools you can learn how to survive in a country that speaks English.
Yeah.
How to buy food,
If you're in a good school, you can learn how to go to an English speaking country and not die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you're in a good school, because if you're in an average or not so good school, the English there is gonna be garbage. Like,
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of English courses in here. I mean a lot. I mean a lot.
A lot.
Like there's many streets where you can see one English course and then another English course, and in the other side of the street another English course. That's a lot, because that's something that's really important, to know English. That's really important.
Yeah.
So
How can we know English?
yeah, we have one English course in here that's not in any street. It is
It's not in
online, and you
any.
can learn it on VRCHAT. Inside VRCHAT, that's we learn. Okay, that's
We learn. It's
that's
gonna pop up there sometime.
No, it's
There.
gonna take some 10 minutes to pop up.
Yeah.
So no.
Not so fast, but it's going to
Yeah,
appear
yeah.
there. Yeah.
But but I learned
Nice.
English. I specifically learned English by at the start was like playing games in English, and I needed to understand what was
Yeah.
written in the game. So you get a dictionary and you get some research and try to learn it.
Oh my god.
And then
Wow.
after that, when I was 14, I think before high school, 13, 12, I started trying to watch some content in English on YouTube. I started with PewDiePie. With I don't know if that's the best way to start, because
Yeah.
but
Because PewDiePie is Swedish. I mean, his
Yeah.
English there's no issues with his English
Yeah.
either. It's just accented.
exactly.
No, but he talks in a very specific way,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And then I just don't stop watching content in English, and I think that's how I studied. Like watching also subtitle movies, sub movies, and watching
Gotcha.
and listening to music and trying to sing
Yeah.
it as you hear it.
Yeah.
And that's the way I learned. Apollo had a similar way of learning, but not exactly
yeah,
the same.
here in Brazil we have a thing that in the PS2 era,
Yeah.
basically none of the games had subtitles in Portuguese. It was all English. So you needed to at least know something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got PS2
And yeah,
games. I think that's like
my
one game in no. Most of the games aren't, but PS2 games are mostly in English.
yeah. But my what I did was similar to him, like with the games, that I wanted to know what was happening and what was written, but I didn't know what was happening. So
Yeah.
I didn't get a dictionary. I just asked my father because my father knows English.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, he was my teacher, like
Yeah.
for most of my childhood. And then when I was like 8 or 10, something like that, I went to an English course and I did it full English course, and then started watching English content, English movies,
Nice.
and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And that's what.
Something you're going to see comparing me to him is that I make lots of I make much more grammatical mistakes in my speech, than him. Like saying some verbs in a weird way and putting some sentences in the wrong way. I do it with
Yeah.
much more frequently than him.
I
Yeah,
see. Yeah.
because I had like teachers teaching me how to the grammar, so the correct
Mhm.
way to use the verbs and shit like that.
I
And he
see.
didn't
Yeah.
he didn't have that. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a long time ago that I studied this, so I may commit some mistakes here and
Mhm.
there because of
No, I
the
mean,
the time I
like I
spent not talking English. What
Oh,
were you gonna say?
sorry, we just got the guy who redeemed that question.
Okay.
All right, so question for you guys, and then I'll throw in my take. What features would you like to see come to the VR technology in the future?
Can I start?
No, you
Okay.
go first.
So in first place, eye tracking, face tracking, that is coming, but I
Mm.
really like it work-wise, to the podcast specifically, because I think
Yeah.
will improve
Yeah.
the podcast astronomically, And let me think. I think most of the features I want to get in VR are coming into VR in the next generations, like eye tracking with the foveated rendering, lighter headsets, and like slimmer headsets. But the specific technology, like we already have gloves, VR gloves, but they need
Yeah.
to get cheaper, right? We already have the omnidirectional treadmill, but they also need to get
Yeah.
cheaper.
Have you guys ever used that? I've never tried that
No,
before.
that's
No.
not possible for us.
That's not
Oh,
something
no.
we can afford,
like
Oh yeah, no,
let us say
same.
something. Let us say something. A
Yeah,
dollar, $1, like
One
it's-
money is 5 money for us.
Yeah, that's the way
Man.
I said
Yeah.
last
One
podcast.
money
Oh,
for
no
you
way.
is 5 money for us.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So to
Wow.
import a VR treadmill, you just like at the base of the cost, you multiply it by 10, and then you get the price that it gets. Yeah, you multiply it by 5, and then the price that it gets, you double it. That's the taxes for import.
Yeah, you have a lot of
And
taxes
then you got
and
like
stuff.
multiply the price by 10, and that's what we proportionally spend with every piece of technology.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
And
oh my god.
our minimum wage is around 1,200 of
Yeah.
our coin.
Which
So
is cool to
Yeah.
spend in
1,200,
here,
1,200 a month. Nah.
Yeah, which
Nah.
is cool to
Huh.
spend in Brazil with things produced in Brazil, but most
Sure.
of technology isn't. So yeah.
So yeah, you can
Yeah.
you can make your calculations. If you get $1,200 reais, if you have 1,200 reais a month, and a PlayStation 5 costs about 5,000 reais, how? So yeah, you can.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's intense. Yeah, I've never tried one of the treadmills either. When it comes to those more expensive VR things, they look cool. I haven't tried them. I think like when it comes to like the technology that I'd like to see, I really think, and this is kind of a controversial opinion, like VR is not in a bad place where it is currently. And in fact, I'm really excited for this Thursday when Bone Lab releases.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
play it as well.
I want
The
to play it.
fundamental technology is there. Like I can draw a square in my room and then like transcend into the internet and fly a fighter jet and then climb around in Blownworks and shoot a bunch of hot dogs in H3 VR. And it's like there are really magical moments and they already exist. Like the technology is there. The issue is that in order for me to do that, I have to be a computer guy. Like I need to know how to troubleshoot errors and search up like how to download these things, how to install these things, like what kind of link cable where like things that are not like when you turn your phone on to send a text, you hit a couple buttons and you send a text. You know, like it's designed for toddlers and your grandma. So like that's what VR needs. It needs like the Apple type product where it's just like it is just so easy that you can't get it wrong.
That's a good point because I believe PC, like the PC gaming side of things, was always a more tech savvy thing. You need to be more tech savvy to have a PC and game on it than with the consoles. But
at the end, you're going to have a better experience at the game with a PC than you would have with a console. Like considering you have a good PC, right?
But the console has the
upside.
What's the I don't know. I forgot the word like in Portuguese and in English. I just don't have the word. But the console is easier. You just go there, put the disc in, or I don't know, just press a button for the digital media. And the game starts, and you don't have to worry about anything,
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the FPS. You don't have to worry about the graphics.
The graphics setting, the FPS. Can I run this game? Can I not run this game? Just play the game,
No, exactly. And it's like there's that level of it where it's like we just need that in VR. And as kind of a weird side effect of that is that we're kind of getting that when it comes to people having like a Quest 2. Like, is that what you guys are using right now? I've got a Quest 2 in my head. It's like Quest 2, there's a lot of developers, and the game Onward, the shooter, got a lot of flack for this. And I didn't know about this until my comments section exploded and told me about it, was that like, I never played Onward until recently. And apparently in the past, this game had been a very high fidelity shooter where the detail was very good and the environments were much bigger. And because it released on Quest, they actually took the PC version and downscaled it just like super hard so that when you play Quest and you play PC, they're just the exact same experience.
Yeah.
So that's a huge bummer for PC users because it's like they had a better game and then they lost it. So it's a bummer, and they're doing this with Bone Lab, and I just want to see how it plays out. Where it's like that when you make things that are supposed to run on like a cell phone processor that's in the Quest 2, they're just going to be way worse.
Yeah,
and
but one thing about it, the Onward situation happened because it is a competitive game. So you can't have someone with a different experience in the same match. And if you don't get both of them in the same match, you're not going to have the player base because there's on VR. So you need to do a crossplay stuff. And for Bone Lab, you can have a huge differently experience from the...
Yeah, because it's a single player game.
Yeah. And they say
So-
that the processor of the Quest isn't a problem. The problem is the graphics card,
Yeah, the
know?
graphics card that is also the processor.
Yeah,
'cause
but the
it's integrated.
the
But
processing power,
they say they say that the processing power of Quest 2 is actually really good. So the physics and all the other stuff will work just fine. Just the post processing and graphical quality in general that will have to be turned down, for the Quest. So it should be kind of similar, just looking uglier, but
Yeah, it's
Because-
like this weird. I'm so divided on this because on one side I'm so happy that like for relatively little money, like Quest 2s are still expensive and they're more expensive now than when I bought them, but
Yeah.
like they're people can get them, like it's made people get them now and it's made VR way bigger and I'm
Yeah.
really excited about that.
It's like it's the
But
it's
then
the
on the other
console
side-
price, it's the price of the
Yeah.
of a console, so
Yeah.
it makes sense,
Exactly. And then like on the other side we have the fact that like one, it's Meta, like it's Facebook,
Yeah,
and I do not trust what they're doing in the slightest. Like it is when it comes to real life and internet stuff, I'm pretty like I'm pretty secure with everything that I do. Like I actually take security very seriously.
okay.
But then at the same time, it's like the duality of man. I will put this toaster on my head that has 4 cameras in it that display where I live and what I
But
do,
there's
and I am totally. Go ahead.
There's one thing that makes me less scared about this.
Yeah.
That's because every time that I see Mark Zuckerberg talking about VR, he's just a little child, He just loves
Yeah.
the
Yeah, yeah.
technology. And I think he really wants to do great things with the technology. So he wouldn't
Yeah.
screw this up just with
Yeah.
a huge bad thing about spying people and then nobody
That's
else
true.
buying the headset. So I don't think Mark would do that specifically
Yeah.
with VR.
Yeah,
Specifically.
in the Joe Rogan podcast where he was, you can clearly see that he is like just excited about the technology. He talks like literally a little child. He's just
Yeah.
way too excited, actually.
I won't say that
Yeah.
he isn't a man that he isn't a man that literally spied on every single one of us using Facebook, but I don't
totally.
think he would do exactly the same thing in VR. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
It's one of those things where it's like, for whatever reason, when it comes to VR, the technology is so incredible to me that it's like I'm willing to let Mark Zuckerberg see through my own eyes. so
I mean,
that
you
do
can
this.
at least rest easy that the cameras on Quest 2 are dog shit. So
Yeah, that's true.
he couldn't see a lot.
yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. So VR is really exciting. It's just one of those things where it's like, I think, and this is a terrible answer, but 5 years from now, it's going to be incredible. It's already
Yeah.
good,
yeah.
but like
Yeah.
5 years from now, oh boy, am I!
I think
excited.
5
Like,
years
it's-
from now in Brazil is going to be the same as it is right now in America. Not the technology, but the
Not the technology.
not the
but
technology. The
the,
technology is going to advance at the same pace, but because we
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
your technology. But
Yeah.
I think like the scale of virtual reality in Brazil.
yeah, the scope
The scope.
and the amount of people that can buy virtual reality.
It's going
So,
to be
yeah.
the
Do
same
you
as it
guys
is. now.
have? Do you guys have the phenomenon in Brazil? This was not really a thing when I grew up, but I think it is kind of becoming a thing nowadays, where it's like it is becoming totally okay for a teenager to like just interact on video games all the time. Like when I was growing up, I was like my parents were very much like, "Hey, don't play video games all the time. Like you need to go out and do sports," which I totally didn't do. I was
Yeah.
so uncoordinated. Like,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
now
yeah.
I think it's pretty all right. That like maybe for better or for worse, like that opinion is whatever. But like it's pretty okay for kids to just play video games all the time.
And
Is
I
that a
think-
thing?
And I think
Yeah.
the worst part is that it isn't even the video game stuff. It is cool for kids to just be on their cell phone watching TikToks all day.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's worldwide. Like
Yeah.
it is getting easier, and the parents are not complaining about the kids staying on their phone or the video games or the computer. But yeah, I don't know if I find this bad or good. It depends on the person, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
it is
parents
changing.
should always watch their child and what they like doing, because my parent always wanted me to play soccer, football. We call it football here.
Yeah.
You are the only place in the world that calls it soccer, so I will call it football.
No, I know what you mean. all
And
good.
then my parent always wanted me to go out and play some football because that's a Brazilian sport. That's
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
that's the
yeah,
thing
totally.
that
happened
we
to me
do.
too.
That's the thing that we do.
Yeah,
That
actually, no.
hey
Yeah,
Brazilian,
yeah.
do
You're
something,
right.
and then they just got the ball and just and they wanted me to do this, and I didn't want it to do this because I don't like football at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So
The thing with me is that my father doesn't like football, so he so he didn't want me to play
yeah.
football.
So if my
Yeah.
But
parents wanted me to just go out and experience and see what
yeah,
I
yeah,
liked, maybe I would have did
yeah,
some more exercise as a child because I discovered that I love basketball, I love volleyball, I love
Oh, nice.
parkour, I love some more. I love
It's intense.
sports, not football specifically.
yeah. And
Like
with
the
me,
national
my
sport
my
of
parents
Brazil.
my parents also did that thing with like, don't stay on the video game for too long. It's bad for your eyes and shit like that. And but they didn't want me to go out specifically. They just didn't want me to stay in front of a television all day.
What a
So
combo. That's
so yeah,
funny.
that one
Yeah,
I think that's the best way. Just like, yeah, do other stuff. Don't just play video games. So they
yeah,
didn't tell me what to do. They just said, don't play all video games. Do
yeah,
other stuff.
Yeah.
yeah,
So I think that's the way to do. You just say to your kid like, you shouldn't do only one thing in your life. Just
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
and do other stuff.
there's some funny stories of me when I was younger. I l- that was a part in my life that I loved just reading books, reading fiction, and I like spent all my day just reading, and then my parents started to like complain that I was just reading and doing nothing more.
Yeah.
And then
That's
I was
funny.
at the age that I was like, you were just complaining that I was playing, and now you're complaining that I'm reading. I'm not playing. What do you want me to
Yeah.
do? But
You can't
Yeah.
read books all day. You get too smart. That's the problem.
but today I
So you're just
understand.
getting it on
I
both
just
ends.
I just think they should have made me experience different things and not just go play some football because I live like in front of a
Football
football
field.
field, you know.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it is easier for me to.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
get that. We just got a question from oh shoot, hold on. I gotta read this off from
Before
someone
this
else.
before this question, let me read a question from my chat that was made
Oh
so
yeah, go
long
ahead.
time
Sorry.
ago, and then I
Yeah.
didn't read it.
My bad.
It was Carlos Art asked, "What's your all's favorite VR game?" I don't have a way to answer it. I don't know. This answer is in so much other podcast that I don't want to answer it again. Sorry, Carlos.
Yeah.
But
For
in a fast way to say it, I just don't know. Okay.
I'll just go very quickly because mine is very easy to answer. Beat Saber. That's
Okay.
it.
So
Beat Saber's a great game.
Gavin, what's your
Yeah.
favorite game?
I mean, I think mine's pretty obvious. I think the game in VR that I've put the most hours into was VTOL, and
Okay.
I want to say that the creator of VTOL is Brazilian, but I might be wrong about that.
I
Bahamudo
know
D.
that the Vitor community in Brazil is huge, but I don't know if the
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his actual name is Paulo, but yeah,
Oh,
that game was made by one
Yeah,
person, and it's unbelievable. It's so
Okay.
good.
I think Vitor is a game that I would play because it isn't exactly a simulation that like it isn't just a simulation, it is also a game, it's arcade, but it also a
Yeah.
simulation, right? It is the in between.
Yeah, I want to say, growing up, like there was always an iteration of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I never understood why anybody played that. It was like I as honestly up until probably till I was like 20, I had no idea why anybody would ever go into a flight simulator. I'm like that it's you're just flying a plane. Like you don't do anything. And I began to understand it as an adult, but as a kid, I was like, why does this exist? But that's something that VTOL very much like is not, where the game like it is very realistic in terms of all of the different parts of it,
Yeah.
but it's not a flight simulator. And if it was a flight simulator, I probably wouldn't be playing it because that's not that doesn't interest me. I'm not interested in that.
So just one quick stop here to ask you guys to subscribe to the channel and see if there's any other conversation that interests you in the channel, and subscribe for more. Wednesday we're talking with I'm not pronouncing her name. I don't know how to pronounce her nickname. It's Rose Gold.
The schedule is on Instagram. Go there, check it out. We have 2 more podcasts this week.
But one in English and one in Portuguese if you want to.
Yeah, one in English, one in Portuguese. You can go see the Portuguese one if you want.
If you
I don't know why, but if
you understand the Spanish, maybe you understand some of the conversation. Maybe.
Yeah. So you can just be there and pretend that you are understanding.
Yeah, like Dwayne.
Like Dwayne stays there. He doesn't understand it, but he stays there.
Okay, so you can read the question off your chat, right?
Yeah. So question from Fanor93. He says, "What do you think about Gabe Newell, the CEO of Valve, the Valve Index? Wanting to do neural implant VR with read-write capabilities?" I had never heard of this.
Yeah, I had never heard of that.
No. I've seen he wants to do like something like with a neural interface, but not an implant, like something in the headset that will read some of your brain waves to do some specific things, like like focus on something. Like you want to cast a fireball, you need to focus on casting like this kind of stuff, but not implant. None of this.
And especially an implant with read write. Like it can write things to your brain.
Hold on.
What the fuck?
Like we're going to some Sword Art Online shit right now.
Yeah. That's not very interesting for me. But if it's the one you said, the one that like reads stuff from your brain and like you can focus on something and the game will understand it, that would be cool.
Yeah,
I think that would be cool if it's done the right way.
If you get this and just mix with eye tracking, I think it's really powerful.
Yeah.
I mean that has so many, like what you guys were talking about, just like the neural reading.
Yeah,
that I think I would be okay with that.
Yeah,
and it's not a chip inside your brain, it's just something in the headset.
And it can read like specific wavelengths on your brain, not everything.
Yeah. That's a thing that would be nice,
That's really cool idea. I would have to think more on that one.
I saw the Deckard would have this thing, and then just like we don't have technology to read our brain right now. We have the technology to read some parts of the activity on our brain, but not read our brain.
Yeah. We even if you wanted to, even if you wanted to read all your thoughts, he couldn't. We don't have the technology for this right now.
Actually, it's going to be super easy. Barely any convenience.
There's something to read. That's so funny. So, okay, hold on. Let me clarify, because Chad is also... So, he has an interview from New Zealand. I haven't watched that one.
Yeah, me neither.
But he was talking about... he was talking about getting better sleep. Like, the idea of literally, like, sleeping better as a killer app, which is, like, the phrase they use is, like Halo 3 was, like, the killer app for Xbox 360.
Okay.
Like, improving our sleep in VR?
Like, improving your sleep... I don't know about that. That sounds...
Like, people already sleep in VR. That's already a thing.
Yeah, have you seen the videos of people doing the like 24 hours in VR? And it's it's so bad.
Like Jay Brett just uploaded a video when he spent 10 days in VR.
Man, that's I don't think that's good for your eyes. I think,
Yeah, no,
what
no, no.
what headset was he using?
He researched about it. That's we brought someone that's a eye doctor. I don't know how to call it in the
Yeah, yeah.
podcast. That's not really like bad for eyes. You just need
Oh.
to relax them in time
Yeah.
to time.
Gotcha.
You know,
I mean,
like
just
it
close
doesn't,
your eyes for some time and let it rest, But if
Yeah.
it's not that bad,
yeah.
Yeah.
The golden rule is just to take your headset off from time to time and look at something far away for some seconds, and then you get in. But why is that? Because the eye is a muscle, and
Mhm.
as you start to focus it and a thing for a long time, it just starts to imagine if you get your arm.
it's like
Just-
muscle memory,
Yeah,
If
no,
you
Yeah.
focus on something that's close for a lot of time, it just
There's-
adjusts to focusing on close things,
yeah, there's another
I
word
see.
for that. Imagine being in a bed without moving your arm for 30 days. If you get to
Mhm.
move it after it will be weird. You couldn't do all the movements, and for your arm to just like readjust for the normal
Yeah.
way to move, it takes a little time. So that's what happens if you're with your in VR
Yeah.
specifically. It's like it's better using VR than it is to look at a screen up close.
Yeah, I have.
Because-
I actually just uploaded a video like 2 weeks ago that has a brief, just stupid, like I want to say like 10-second bit in it. It's the Roblox one, and it has my
Okay.
like zooming out from my eyes, and you can see my right eye. It was actually I think it was my left. Is just like bloodshot and like. It looks like, and that happened because I had spent 3 days, like all my free time when I wasn't working for 3 days, just staring at this screen that was maybe 2 feet in front of me and editing nonstop.
Got
And
it.
by the end of those 3 days, my eyes were so bad. It was awful.
Yeah, and it is
I'd
it
recommend.
is less worse doing it in VR than it is looking at a screen. That's
Interesting.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Huh.
It
Nice.
is less because you also need to relax your eye looking at a screen.
Yeah.
As you do
Yeah.
in VR, you need to do it on your computer as well. But nobody does that. And
yeah, nobody does
like
that.
my eyes are just used to it by now.
Mhm.
I think I don't know if that's possible. Maybe I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just saying
Just built
loads of
different.
no, maybe I'm just saying loads of bullshit, but that's what I feel,
Mhm.
about this. And answering, I forgot to say that answering a question made a long time ago, the question about what do I expect in technology in the future. I think the main thing to evolve in technology is the software for VR. I think the software is the focus right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
don't think I have any expectations because, I mean, what I would enjoy would be eye tracking, but that's coming. Face tracking, it's coming. A better hand tracking, without because I like inside out tracking, but the Quest one is bad because if I do this, my hand,
Yep.
look at my hand, look at my hand,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah,
broken,
you
you know,
lose it.
Yeah.
because
gone.
I put it behind my back and
Yeah.
the cameras
Mhm.
couldn't get it. So if I have better tracking,
Yeah, the Quest Pro
w-
already is
so
solving it.
yeah, the Quest Pro is supposedly solving this problem because
Huh.
it is inside out tracking, but the
On the
tracking is made
controller.
in the controller,
It
so
has
you can
interesting.
just put it there and it will work just fine.
Yeah, the controller
And
does all
yeah,
the
if
crappy stuff.
if it works the way they say it works, it's amazing. So yeah, it's coming too. So I don't know.
Everything that I
Uh,
want is coming. That's the thing.
Yeah, I would like
Yeah.
the technology to be cheaper so we could have better hardware without the price getting like a lot more expensive, But
Yeah.
that will come with time. So yeah, we just have to wait. And as I just said, the
Software.
software needs to improve a lot. The software it has a lot of
Yeah,
bugs and it
like
crashes. Every
like
update from Meta just breaks the headset. So yeah,
Oh,
like
it's so bad. Yeah.
and also we need to understand how to develop for VR. We are getting more understanding in this. Like indie companies are, the triple A's aren't. Just Valve, but Valve
No.
is Valve. You just
Valve
Yeah.
works on Valve time.
Yeah,
Valve is special.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, Half-Life Alex is like a masterpiece.
Yeah, I
I've
played it.
played, I've played just maybe 25% of it, and it's very good. I've just been playing other games.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really need to finish it one of
I
these
played
days.
all of Half-Life Alex, and it is one of my top games on VR. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's very good. It's very
Good.
very
I,
good.
I
Yeah.
decided right now. I'm going to install Vitol, and you need to call me to play it. Okay?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, VTOL, that's what I love about the game is every so often I'll do, if I have a weekend open, which I usually don't, but sometimes I do. I'll do like a multiplayer stream where we just pool. What I usually do is I'll give it by Twitch tier of subs, just as a thank you to the people that have just been generous and donated. We'll give them the password to the lobby by tier, and we just fill up a lobby with some people that have time to game. And what is actually more annoying than anything else is when people know how to play the game and are really serious about it. Like I much prefer people that have no idea how to play the game, because
Yeah.
then you're just like playing with other gamers and it's a
Yeah,
blast.
that's
But like
how
when people
I
are really good about it, you're like, okay, stop.
that's how I
stop.
like to play most competitive games.
Yeah.
Like when I want to get good at a
I mean,
game, I want to play with someone that wants to get good at a game, and against
that's
someone
how
that
you
wants to get good at a
that's
game.
how you like to play most games. If someone in our friend group knows a little more about the game, you don't want to play with them normally.
No. Not, but that's not the logic that I use for that kind of stuff. When I want to play like an MMO RPG, I want to play with someone that is going to pass through the same experience as me. That's why I want to play with someone that haven't played yet. That's not because the person is too good. That's because the person has already played through this.
Uh-huh.
Has already got the experience as playing through this. But if I'm like playing some competitive game, uh, or like fighting game, I don't mind playing against someone that's better than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it.
But
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like someone just said in chat, what about the pros who are really good at the game but instead just mess around with newbies? Nothing wrong with that. Like there's nothing wrong with being good at a video game.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like it's what you love to do. I have
I think
no issue
I
with that.
think there's a
It's
problem
like
when you like on purpose get into a lobby with people that are that have
I mean,
inferior ability
yeah.
than you.
I mean,
Yeah, it's like
it shouldn't even be fun, right? If you're so much better than everyone else that is in the lobby with you, why would you play with them? Like
Yeah.
yeah.
you win. It won't be fun.
It's not so much that, like skill difference is an inherent, like that's just gaming, like that's going to happen, especially if you're just kind of queuing up in general. The issue is that like some of the games I play, they tend to be what's called milsim, or like military simulation.
Okay.
And when people take that seriously, it doesn't quite sit with me. It's like
Got
it's just it's weird. It's not wrong. It's just I don't want to do that with
Yeah.
people.
I think
So like
I think
VTOL,
if
like
you want to do
go
this,
ahead.
you need to be on a group of people that want to do this, and
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
the other way around also works. If you don't want to play this as serious, you need to be in a group that people aren't playing this as serious as they could be.
Hmm. Yeah, and like I don't want to like shit on milsim guys, because there's nothing wrong if that's what you like doing. It's just that like that needs to be a separate group of people. Like you need to be playing with other people that are there for the milsim, because if they're not, that is just so out there. Like
Yeah.
it's just a strange group.
Yeah, and someone got in the chat right here. A friendly donut man said sup. Sup. He's a donut and friendly, and he's a man. That's
Very good.
interesting set of attributes.
Yeah.
Okay, man. We're at an hour and a half of live stream right
Nice.
now. That's a lot. And again, if you want to subscribe and share and stuff, I would really appreciate it. We have a Patreon. That's the Patreon. The Patreon, that's something funny. I've made a Patreon specifically for the English speaker public that watch us,
Oh, nice.
because the Brazilian public can't pay for it. That's like our Patreon is
Yeah.
like $1, $5, $10, and $15. That's not much, right?
Mm.
That's like okay,
No,
if you want
it's
to
like,
support us,
yeah,
that's
a
like
little
okay.
tip jar.
At the same time in Portuguese it's like 7 reais, 25 reais, 57 reais, and 89 reais.
89.
Mhm.
Like 89 of a minimum wage of 1,200. You know, 89
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
month. To
Yeah,
Sheesh.
it's
yeah.
too
That's
much
Yeah,
for the
I
Brazilian people.
That's why we did it, because with little help from people that watch us, they can help us big time, you know?
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
That's the idea, you know. If like an English speaking person with that receives in dollars gives like a small amount of their money to us, for us it's gonna be a big help, you know. Like, and for
Yeah.
them it's not much. So yeah, that's why we
Yeah,
thought
no,
about
I
doing a
totally get
Patreon.
that. Yeah, no, I have no, like, when it comes to doing like the YouTube streaming thing, and it comes to like making money, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, like
Yeah.
that is a hobby, and for some it's a job. And for me, like I work a full-time job,
Yeah.
and I will continue to. So I literally had to write like a disclaimer in my Discord where it was like, if you want to put some money in the tip jar, I appreciate that and thank you. And it's super cool. Like I made a Patreon not too long ago just because like people were like, you need to make one. And I was like, okay, it's over here. If you want to like, if you want to throw some money in the tip jar, here's a tip
Yeah,
jar.
that's the
But
thing. I had a full-time job before, and then I
yeah.
was a level designer in the studio in Brazil.
Oh,
In the
super
game
cool.
studio.
Yeah.
And then
Nice.
I lived it because that's like making games is something that I want to do, but not in
Yeah.
the way that I was doing, you know? And then now
Sure.
I'm making my own project in VR and stuff. I will talk about it. Let's not talk about it right now. But
Yeah.
and then I wanted to create content for YouTube. I thought, okay, maybe I can do this work. You know, I can make this work, right? And that's what I want to do for a living, you know?
Mhm.
We are creating more content. I want to increase our like live stream at a week like rate, you know? Want to do more
Yeah.
in some weeks, not everyone, and then stabilize, you know? And I think and I really want to do this work, you know? I really want to do
Yeah.
this as a full-time job in some time.
Yeah.
It is
No, I
going
get
to
that.
be easier with the English content, I think.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Have you guys have you read Ready Player One?
No,
No,
I
I've
never
not.
read it.
I've
But
never
I've
read
seen
the
it.
book, but I saw the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I just I didn't even notice it was right behind you. Yeah, the movie was not, in my opinion, very good. But
Yeah.
the
The
book,
movie was fun and a spectacle of
yeah,
different video game stuff. Like
exactly.
it was a
Yeah,
fun movie.
it was what they could do with it. Like if you ever read the book, that is my favorite book. And a lot of people criticize it as like a mess of a book, and I understand what they mean. But the book itself like details what is, you know, like a metaverse basically.
Yeah.
What the buzzword that Facebook keeps puking everywhere, where it's like
Yeah.
basically people play video games and they stream and they make games and they design levels and like worlds, and that is their escape from the terrible reality that they live in, because it's
Yeah.
like a post-apocalyptic type thing. And that's really cool. And that book really resonated to me as a guy that grew up playing old school RuneScape. Did you guys ever play RuneScape by
Yeah,
chance?
I've played a lot.
No, I've
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I played this back
I've
in like
played-
2007 where there was like,
Yeah,
that was like the game itself is so
like one of the first
simplistic
one
looking.
of the first
Yeah.
missions at the time was the first mission was with a dragon. You needed to
Yeah,
fight
yeah,
the
yeah,
dragon,
yeah.
and then to get the
Uh-huh.
weapons, you needed to get into a dungeon and you got all the weapons. I played this time of the game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like for me as a kid that I think in second grade, which is literally when I'm like 7 or 8 years old, like so young, I started playing this and it blew my mind because I was like, there is every one of these people is real people and you can just go on adventures as like a knight or whatever you want to be. That was incredible to me.
Yeah.
So it was like that Ready Player One very much kind of has that same thing where the real life is what it is, but then there's also this whole oasis where you can do all this stuff. And that was like just the coolest concept to me. So my favorite book by far. But that's kind of what you expressed where it was like, it's not impossible, though it's hard, but it's not impossible for someone nowadays to make a living where they're like designing video games and making videos and talking about these things, which is very much the case with actually the developers of Bone Lab and Boneworks, Stress Level Zero.
Yeah.
If you watch like their stuff, like Brandon, probably the public face of the company, does exactly that. Like
Yeah.
he used to make videos with Freddie Wong, and now it's like Corridor Digital was his next channel, and now he's making one of the like definitive games of VR, which is super cool.
Yeah. And something about the Oasis stuff that I thought about. Have you saw that the creator of GTA is developing a game? The name of the game
what's
is
that?
the name of the game is Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a sneak peek of what would be the game, and I think it's the closest thing of a Oasis that I've saw. Have you seen the sneak peek? You've seen, right?
I saw the trailer at the
Yeah, but it was a trailer. We didn't got much.
Yeah.
That's why I call it a sneak peek.
yeah,
And
but
we got like
yeah,
some
I don't know
things.
what
Então,
I don't know what to expect about that.
So what I saw of this game, they talked not much about it, but they said some stuff. They say that it's going to be a social game where you can be anything, everywhere, anywhere. You
Sure.
can be
Being everywhere
anything
all at once.
all at once, everything like
Everything.
Uh,
There it is.
and in the trailer you could saw like the social part of the game, and they got like some seconds of someone driving a car, and I think some seconds of someone in a shooting game, all with the same skins, all in the same game.
Yeah, that could be
So if
like an oasis.
yeah, if they like do this also in VR and they let the players create everything that they want, like a game engine inside the game, like Roblox and
Yeah.
stuff, like it would be perfect. But they don't talk much about this. But I think that's the perfect thing to be made.
Yeah.
I think
Now,
it
question for you
should be from someone that really loves it and not from some company.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. Now, did you guys grow up playing Roblox? Was that a thing
Yeah.
for you guys?
Yeah.
No, actually no.
did.
I didn't grow up.
I did.
I didn't grow up playing Roblox. I started playing actually when I was about, I don't know, what, 18, 17
Do
years
you
old?
know Dragon Ball Final Stand? The
I'm
Dragon
sorry,
Ball
did you
game.
say that again?
Do you know Dragon Ball Final Stand, the Dragon Ball game in Roblox?
No. Is that a
No.
Roblox one?
Yeah, we played this game. I think that was.
Yeah,
your
I
first
believe
game.
that was my first game that I played like really hard, you know. So yeah, it has been some time since we played it, but not that long, you know. So I played Roblox when I was older. I didn't play it growing up, you know.
But I played growing up. What's the point?
Yeah. No, I think I started playing back in oh shoot, man, probably like 2012, and even then, I thought that was a game for like kids, right? And
Got it.
it was in 2012, but
Got
like
it.
fundamentally, like when people talk about like a metaverse, which is such a dumb term, but it is not wholly inaccurate.
Yeah.
That is what they mean. Like
Yeah.
Roblox is like this tool set where people can make whatever they want, and suddenly
Yes.
like I've gone back to it just to like peek at it occasionally in the past couple of years, like, hey, what's going on over here? And I see these like insanely fleshed out games, like these
Yeah.
very well-made games, and I'm like,
Yes.
this is not what I saw when I was growing up, and this is
Yeah.
like, this is so crazy.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
playing a game like we are still playing, but we are waiting for an update on the game.
Yeah, I
need
mean,
to-
I am
yeah.
waiting for the
Yeah, I need
update.
to level up a
You,
little.
yeah, you have things to do in the game. I did all I could. I'm just waiting for the update.
Yeah, that is an anime game. Like the anime games in Roblox are the most fleshed out. I think normally we got some FPS games that are like wild. We got some other
Yeah.
games, but anime games like have really great systems. And this game
Mhm.
is made by a high school boy, and
Yeah.
and it is a great game. It's a really great game. Like it has a great system, a combat system, and everything is beautiful in the game. And every system is creative, and every mob does something.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really well thought. Like it's not just I'm gonna make a game and they made the game.
Yeah.
Seems like
Yeah.
he went with plan in mind.
Yeah.
That's what you
No,
do with
it's-
games usually.
Yeah. But
There's actually like
not
a-
all games in Roblox are like this.
Yeah. No, there's a very funny phenomenon where okay. Feanor says, answer a question from the chat. Feanor, I'll wait on that one. There's a very funny phenomenon where people say, like, when they make these games and they're really, really like polished and well done, it's almost kind of worse because instead of playing like a AAA game on Steam, you're just playing a game that's really good, but it's not quite a real game, and it's on Roblox. But then, like, when the game is like really polished, but still kind of messy and janky and just like not quite right, it's the best thing in the world because it's like you can just do all these dumb things that are just part of the game. The question from Feanor was, what are your thoughts on GTA 5 as a, quote, metaverse, end quote, game, with role players using it as a sort of, quote, reality platform, end quote? What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I mean, I don't know if I understand the question, but
yeah, with you consider the RP servers,
I'm even considering everything about the RP and all stuff. I mean, for me, GTA 5 is not a metaverse.
Yeah,
Nothing is a metaverse.
Yeah,
Metaverse doesn't exist yet, so yeah, that's my
Yeah.
take on it.
Yeah.
You hate me, love me, I don't care. There is not a metaverse yet.
Yeah, I agree. But
No, I agree.
as a social platform, GTA 5 role playing servers are really something that we don't have in other places,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
It's a
My
great
bad.
social platform, but it's not a metaverse.
Yeah. No, I agree. So this was actually the end of my oh shoot, probably when I was like 17 or 16, right? Was when GTA 5 came out, and for me there was a couple friends that I would play GTA 5 with. And that was like, it was kind of incredible because there was like, you could just do whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
So like, in a sense, that was excuse me, that was like the beginning of the idea of a metaverse, because in GTA 5 you can do a tremendous amount of things, probably more nowadays. I haven't played that in years.
Yeah,
but
you can
for
do
the
more in
reason
theory, but you're not doing more because nobody's gonna let you do more.
Yeah. And it's like, maybe Feanor, that's a hard question to answer because it's one of those things where it's like, I haven't really played it, and I've seen some crazy stuff, and for whatever reason, that game just keeps growing, even though it came out like 7 years ago. So, that's kind of wild. I think that is like probably the basis of an idea of a metaverse, where you just build this platform where you can do all kinds of crazy stuff. But in terms of an actual metaverse, no, that's not. That's not what we're looking for.
Yeah, I think the metaverse will be something like regrouping like various ideas that we have, various concepts and stuff that are made like Roblox and VRCHAT and GTA and everything, That's the thing that is going to be it. Okay. And Roblox had some few games where it is a really fleshed out game, and then when you have a fleshed out game on Roblox, as you said, great part of the fun of Roblox is getting the bugs, right? Is getting like the weird stuff going on, but when the game is fleshed out, then it really needs to be a good game. I think that's the problem, because when you do a fleshed out game, and that's a like nicely made game, then it needs to be a good game. That's the problem. And that's a weird stuff that it is happening in Roblox right now. The engine, I don't know if the engine is getting better or if people are just getting better in using the Roblox 3D engine.
I think it was updated recently where it is like and I'm only basing this also. I made a video playing one of the games that I used to play as a kid nonstop, and they're releasing a new version of this game, Armored Patrol, in a couple months, like in the next couple of months. And the reason they're doing this is because the old version runs off of the old engine, which apparently is like the early 2000s version of this engine.
Got it.
And apparently there's a new engine that's like pretty recent. So I think they've updated it. Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm getting some return of the microphone. Anyone is hearing anything?
I'm bouncing around here.
Oh, okay. Everything's great. Everything's great. Yeah, I think there is a new update of the engine, and people are getting used to it as well. And now Roblox is getting into the Quest 2. That's another thing.
Yeah, they do have VR now. I haven't really tried it.
Apollo, I think the echo is coming from your microphone.
Nah, there's not much I can do right now, actually.
Okay.
Just hoping it will get better.
Okay.
I need another mic. Go to the Patreon. I need another mic.
Yeah, but I think people need to start making Roblox VR games. I don't know if the engine is good for that, but Roblox getting into the Quest 2, maybe it is. And if Roblox gets into the Quest 2 with a good engine and people can do thing to it, I think it is going to be one of the biggest things in the Quest 2.
No, I agree. I think really what we need to see like in the VR space right now is just more. I think we just need more more stuff, because there's some really just standout games that are incredible, like VTOL VR, H3 VR, Onward is good. Boneworks is an older one and it's awesome. Bone Lab is probably going to be incredible. Into the Radius I've had some trouble with, but like there's great stuff, and that's using current technology, and we just need more of it.
Yeah. We are at 1 hour and 50 minutes of live stream. Let's head to the end of it. If someone wants to ask something to Gavino, now it's the time to do this, okay? Here, Dwayne. Your name is here, Dwayne. You seen it? Your name is here, Dwayne. Name is here. We have something. Dwayne said that Tank Commander would be an awesome VR game. A very, very old school arcade game. I don't know it. Do you know it?
Yeah.
No, I don't know that. I know I was gifted recently. One of my mods sent me. Oh shoot, what's it called? There is a tank simulator game right now. It's completely dead. Nobody plays it, but I've heard it's good. And it literally is like you get like 4 people in VR, and you're like all the different roles in a tank, and you just control the tank.
That's
And
really
I've heard
nice.
it's quite
That's
good.
really nice.
I've got to try it.
Have you seen something? One concept that I loved being adapted to VR. Have you seen Avatar: The Last Airbender? The
I have, yeah, I love Avatar.
Yeah. Have you seen the game Rumble that just released?
No, is that like?
No.
Do they have like bending? Is that what that
It's
is?
an earth-bending game, an earth-bending fighting game. And like
That's incredible.
and like the moves need to be like really accurate to you to make the stuff. I was playing it, and it is a PvP game. You need to play against other earth-bending people.
Yeah.
And like you need to do a very specific move, like something like this, and then you need to like get your arm to here and get your other arm to the front and up, and all at the same time, and then you lift a stone thing, and then from here you can go to like this, like punch, like this punch, thing.
You have to do like the full move set. That's cool.
Yeah, that's really fun. And we are having the developer of the game here next week. We are going to give.
Oh, it's super cool.
We're going to give out a key. I wanted to talk about it as well. That's one of the guests next week, the Rumble dev, and that's a great game. You should play it. Having seen the anime, the cartoon, you have to play it.
Yeah, I gotta give that a shot.
Yeah, the Rumble is the name of the game. Rumble.
Nice.
Dwayne said, I will say again, what about bringing back very old school games in new school VR, like Asteroids?
I don't know. I feel like that. Like medium of a game doesn't quite translate.
I think you need to do like it would be a game in the same genre with the same name, but a completely different game.
Yeah. I don't think it would be a very easy thing to just port.
Yeah, it would
Just a game from
be-
another era.
Like you can make easily you can make a game about destroying asteroids, in
Yeah, but it
limited
will not
space.
be the same style of game.
Yeah.
So it probably won't pass the same vibes.
Dwayne said he would absolutely love to see the game Area 51 in VR. I really need to see a game like this, like a investigating weird shit happening game. I think would be.
You mean
really
I've heard Phasmophobia is like that. I mean, I haven't played
Not
it. But
exactly. Like Phasmophobia, you get into a house and you need to discover what is going on in the house, like which ghost is there, and that's it. You need to,
Yeah.
to discover which ghost. But like I'm in a game with a plot, and the plot keeps happening weird stuff, and like let's imagine a Area 51 game, and like some like a fictional game, like absolutely, and some weird alien just escapes the place, and he makes something in a weird village, and you get to the village, like talk to people, getting some traces from it, leaving it to the Area 51. You need to invade it, and everything is weird in there, and you get to see all the different kind of weird shit in there, spaceships and like witches. I don't know. I think
yeah.
I think this kind of game, this kind of theme game would be really good.
Yeah. Well, I know there's a couple of people have recommended. Have you guys seen the SCP website? It's been forever since I've been on that.
Yeah. We were from.
Yeah, there are SCP games for VR, which is similar to that. I haven't played them, so I can't speak to it, but like
I know
something
we have
close, I guess.
The adaptation of the SCP containment breach.
Mm-hmm.
We had this where like you are one of the guards or one of the prisoners. I think you're one of the prisoners of the facility, and every single one of the SCP escape, and that's the game. You know, it's more of a horror game
Interesting.
than an investigation kind of game. You know.
I see. Yeah, gotcha.
But we got other SCP games that I haven't seen, so maybe they are like this. And we got a
Mhm.
Lovecraftian game on the works, like a game.
Okay, that could be really cool.
Yeah. I think the name of the game is The Shore, something like that. I don't know.
I gotta look at that. That sounds cool.
Okay. The Wayne say drop that dual strike for a $9 game in co-op is over the top fun. I don't know this game. Drop that dual strike. Okay, I'm going to see this game, right?
Yeah, I've
I
never
think
heard of that.
the questions on the chat are done. You have some more questions in there?
Yeah, shoot. I got one earlier. Let me do a quick switch over. That was from Calvin. Calvin said, let's see. Do you think that there are some things that are weird to play in VR or will never be great for VR? Or something that is only great in VR? Such as placing doors. Nice,
Yeah.
Calvin.
Great in
Yeah.
VR, there's a lot of stuff. Great in VR.
Yeah.
That's only great in VR. Lots of stuff. It is difficult to talk about because I think many mechanics are like this, you know, that just works in VR.
I mean, if you go to for me at least, I don't think any third-person game or shit like that would work in VR as well. You know, it works in VR, but it would be weird, and I don't see the appeal. You know.
Yeah, many persons
Yeah.
love Moss. You know, Moss is a really loved game.
But Moss is different. It's not just a third-person game. You have the thingy. You control the ball and you guide the
Yeah.
rat, and you have
Okay.
it's not just a third-person game. I mean, like a real third-person game, like I don't know, GTA, just in third person, like not
Yeah.
in first person. That
Yeah, that would
wouldn't
be
work
it,
in VR.
I think.
Nah, yeah.
What's your
Yeah,
thoughts on
there's
that?
some games that have been like ported to VR that don't quite work. The tough thing with VR is that like we have like this world in front of us, right? So like if you have like a coffee mug sitting there and you walk over to it and you can't pick it up,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, never mind. This is just like, have you guys played Skyrim VR?
Yeah, but
I
with mods
have,
only.
but with mods that fix the game, so I'm not familiar with Doubt.
Yeah, because like if you play the default Skyrim VR, it is horrible. Like it's
I've heard
literally
about
just
it.
like, yeah, they took Skyrim and they put it in VR, and you're
That's it.
playing it with these two Quest controllers instead of like grabbing something or hitting something,
Yeah.
and it's awful. So you need to play with mods. So that it can be tough like that.
Yeah. I mean, you said about you walk to a mug and you can pick it up. It reminds me of when we played Arizona Sunshine, and it's a great game, but it's a bit old, you know. So I
Yeah.
was playing it, and I had a drawer in my right in front of me, and I went to open it. I had a gun in my hand, and I played Half-Life Alex. So what I did was I put the gun barrel inside the drawer, and I flicked my wrist, pull it up, so it would open the drawer, and it didn't work. The gun just went through
It just
the
kind of like,
drawer.
yeah.
I had to go to the button on the drawer and press the trigger, so it would actually open the drawer. And I was like,
Oh
yeah,
God.
now you see why Half-Life Alyx is great, because when you
Yeah.
play something that doesn't have all the interactions and all the stuff, you miss it. You miss it.
Yeah. And I think that's why VR is like so difficult, because it's like it works really well until you like reach forward and like phase through a table, and then you're like,
Yeah.
never mind, this is a bad game. So the level of detail that it takes to designing like even just the simplest of rooms you're just walking through is so much more than like
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
game that you play normally.
Yeah, it really is. You need to every game of VR, you need to put all the interactions that the player maybe think of doing. Everything that you
Hmm.
put in the scenario should be interactable. In some way that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah,
they
I
design a game
agree.
for VR. If you don't want to put a physical interaction with a drawer in your game, don't put a drawer in a game. I
Yeah.
think that's the way to
Yeah.
go for VR.
Yeah, I think that's like the great limiting factor really is that like you just kind of like you can't have as much detail because if you commit to it, it has to work. And if it doesn't work, it ruins the game.
Yeah,
Like you need that level of fidelity.
yeah.
And
Dwayne
it
also
is very hard, you know.
Dwayne also
To
said a game about finding a Sasquatch. He always
Yeah, he said that already, right?
yeah, he always say about it. He really wants a game about hunting a Sasquatch.
But it might be interesting, you know. You have
Yeah.
like the investigation process, like putting cameras to get the at night, you know, cameras filming
I
the
think
shit
I think
and
it
analyzing
would
the data you get.
I think
It
it
would
would
be.
be really nice in a game where you hunt other weird stuff, not only the Sasquatch.
Yeah, I mean the finding Sasquatch is a big thing, you know, but I could believe that if it had more stuff, it would be better actually. Yeah.
Yeah, like you have many missions, and in all of these missions, you need to use your equipment in different
Yeah, yeah,
ways
yeah.
to hunt weird stuff like the Sasquatch. Like, what other American stuff there is? Like the
I have no
Lake
fucking
Ness
idea.
monster. I think there's a
Can
thing
be
also.
it doesn't need to be all American, you know, but yeah.
There's
You
plenty
have
of other
the
ones too.
Lake Ness monster, the Sasquatch, I don't
Yeah.
know, the fucking
That one's
chupacabra.
Scottish, but yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Scottish,
I don't
I
know. I
think.
think we've got the Squatch and I don't know. I don't think there's many in the US to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
saying it doesn't have to be all American stuff, you
Yeah.
know. You can
Yeah,
have
if you
like
put the Brazilian folklore, you get so many stuff to put in there. We have so much stuff about the woods and shit.
yeah.
Yeah, US is kind of boring with that stuff. You don't really have that much.
You have aliens in Area
Yeah,
51.
yeah.
That's what
Yeah, we got
matters.
Yeah,
aliens.
you have
Yeah, that's
literally
true.
Area 51. That's maybe something, maybe nothing, or maybe that's definitely
Yeah,
something.
Yeah,
maybe
That's definitely
the
something,
funny
but
thing
I don't
about
know
like
what.
yeah, no, I mean the funny thing about Area 51 is it's literally just like an Air Force base.
Yeah,
So like that's where they've been like testing out like a lot of the flying saucer things was just like the F-117 stealth bomber where it was literally just like a weird looking plane and people were like we got him boys, that's aliens. So, like there was literally like a case where this like stealth bomber crashed like in a park in California on the west coast of the US and it was super classified. So they took like they got, a bunch of guys in suits, like government officials went out and were like,
okay.
don't get anywhere near this crash, like nobody can see any of this. And that's like prime for like, oh man, aliens have crashed. It's literally just like a plane crashed in the forest.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like this video of the military, I think the Marines released it some I think 3 years ago of a non-identified flying thing.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the Navy UFO one. Yeah, that one was like it was pretty like straightforwardly dismissed as just like a camera thing that was weird. But yeah, that was a wild video.
Yeah, because they said that it's something that they didn't knew what it was. It wasn't necessarily something. They just didn't knew what it was, and people was just like, okay, aliens confirmed. Aliens
We
ship
got them,
confirmed.
boys.
We got it, boys.
It's aliens.
And the aliens confirmed. Yeah, it could be, but
Yeah.
it could also probably not be it. You know, you believe what you want to believe. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Do your thing, man. We ain't judging.
But I think that's funny how any piece of information that is revealed is instantaneously considered the proof of alien. You know.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's just how it works, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, you can
Yeah, that's
believe it.
true.
That's like the release of the image. It makes possible for believing that it was an alien. You know, that is in the headspace of thought. You know, you can't think it.
Yeah.
It isn't weird if you think it, but I think it's funny how people consider it confirmed. You know, that's what I wasn't
Yeah.
was talking about.
Immediately, it's like, boom,
Yeah.
aliens are real.
Yeah. Okay. So we are at 2 hours. Let's
Oh man.
just let's
Let's
let's.
let's end the podcast. Can
You
I
got
can I
it,
do
guys.
my
You want to talk something more? You want to say something more, Gavin?
No,
Yeah,
no, I that's all good. I gotta.
do your thing, man. Do your self promotion.
Yeah, let me
I don't think
let me
we
just
are
give
going to
some.
help you really much promoting you
Yeah,
here,
but
you
do your
can
thing, man. Do
yourself.
your
Oh
self
no, no,
promotion.
no.
Like in 3
let me
years,
real quick.
when we are at 20 billion subscribers, this is going to help you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you guys having me on. And it's actually really nice the way you guys reached out. I've had kind of a lot of people send me messages of like, "Hey man, like, you want to be on my channel or do you want to be on my podcast?" And there's nothing wrong with that particularly, but
Uh-huh.
the way that people reach out on the internet tends to be like really almost unprofessional and
Yeah.
like annoying, kind of spammy. And when you
Yeah.
sent me a message, it was like, "Hey man, here's what I do. Here is I'd like
it
to have you
works.
on. Here's the other people we had on." I was like, "Hey, that's great." And then I watched your interview with Mac and VR, and I was like, "Oh, nice. Yeah, that's awesome. Good stuff. Yeah, totally. I'll be on that." So I appreciate you guys for reaching out. It's really nice you guys to have me on here.
Okay, we really appreciate you being here, as we always say, because you are helping us big time, and we are not helping you big time. You know.
Yeah.
But
Ah.
You're gaining nothing
conversation
from that,
is-
and we are gaining a lot from
the
you. So
conversation
yeah.
was nice. So just say one thing to everyone is on your stream. If you like the conversation and want to see more of that, you can get into our channel on YouTube and subscribe and see stuff. The name of it is SAPodcast, ASAP podcast. You know, SAPodcast. You can just search it. You will find it on YouTube, and that's it. Thank you, and thank you for being here, even though you're on Gavin's live stream. You know, I really appreciate you being here.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
So I'll do the tradition. We have a sort of a tradition here. So the way we end the stream, Gavin, it's I'll just keep talking to you, and sometime in the future he's going to cut the stream, but I don't know when it will happen. So I'll just keep talking to you, and